Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mimi and today we're going to be talking about why it might feel like it's taking a long time for you to get your desire. If you've ever thought this or think this now, then this is the video for you. As always, my coaching is linked in the description and it's linked on my YouTube page as well. So if you're interested, let me help you get what it is that you want. Let me start the video by saying that time should not be a primary concern when you're manifesting anything. Like, your desire can literally come at any given moment. It could come in an hour, it could come tomorrow, it could come in a week, it could come in a month. It doesn't matter. As long as you're thinking thoughts that are in alignment with what it is that you want, persisting in that new story and not going back to the old story, it is inevitable that it'll be in front of you. With that being said, there may be a few reasons as to why your desire isn't being reflected in your physical reality. And we're going to be talking about 4 of those main reasons in this video. And listen carefully because you might be doing some of these things non-intentionally. And also use this video as a mental checkpoint to be like, am I actually keeping my mental diet in check? Am I actually affirming for the new story? Or am I kind of wishy-washy, like between both of the stories that I'm telling my mind on a daily basis? Which leads me to point number 1, which is you're still repeating the old story, the one that you don't want to be manifesting at this point in time. The old story is the one that has been based on your thoughts that you've had the past week, month, year, decade. Unconsciously, you've been thinking the same thoughts over and over again and then having the same emotions and reactions and therefore producing the same results in your physical reality. Because we know our thoughts are the ones that create. What we think is what we see. When you change your thoughts, you change the story. The thing is, this new story might take a minute for your mind to fully accept as true. That's why it's normal for the old story to kind of creep in, especially at the beginning. But that's why we gotta be on our A game, making sure that we're performing mental audits, kind of being the conscious observer of what we're thinking about what we're thinking, and completely cutting out, throwing away ideas of the old story and reframing them in terms of the new story to have them working in our favor. Like I said, you literally have to act as the thought police. Every hour, every few hours, check in. What have I been thinking about? How have I been feeling? Because if you're feeling pretty shitty, it's most likely that your thoughts weren't the greatest. When these thoughts from the old story do show up, which they probably will at the beginning, don't get upset at yourself. Simply acknowledge them, let them pass, and affirm for the opposite. Affirm for the story that you want to see. With the consistent repetition of the new thoughts of the new story, these intrusive, unwanted thoughts will become less frequent and they won't even bother you as much. And the new thoughts will come to the forefront of your brain, therefore becoming dominant. And once they become dominant, normal, natural to your mind, they will be reflected to your reality. Saturating your mind simply means repeating it enough times for these thoughts to become natural to you, second nature. Like, you think of your desire, you think of it working in favor for you. The second thing you might be doing that's prolonging you from getting your desire is not thinking as if you have it. So what does it mean to think as if? To keep it short, thinking as if is how would you think, act, feel if you had what it is that you want? If you're affirming for money, what would you spend that money on? What would you be buying other people and yourself? If it's SP, what would you and SP be doing together? Would you guys be going to the grocery store? Would you guys be booking trips together? Would you guys just be so madly in love with each other and spending however much amount of time together? You can think about this in your head or write it down if you prefer that. Just have like a pretty solid image of what it is that you want and how you'd be thinking if you had what it is that you want. And remind yourself daily, no matter what I'm seeing on the outside, I'm getting exactly what it is that I want. This is an affirmation that I repeat to myself nonstop, whether I'm affirming for something specific or whether things might not be working in my favor in that very given moment. I like to tell that to myself, remind myself that, because stressing and going back to the old story is not going to be helpful. Have faith in the process and have faith in yourself. You're manifesting 24/7, whether you like it or not. And us knowing how powerful we are, we can have that work in our favor. The third reason why it might be taking a long time for you to get your desire is you're staying stuck in that victim mentality. I know some of you guys might feel attacked, but I have to give you the tough love. Stop telling yourself thoughts like, I can't manifest, manifesting is so hard, I never get what I want, I can't wait any longer. Just being impatient and repeatedly telling yourself that you can't manifest, you doing that is literally proving the law to you. If you say you can or just say you can't, you will be proven that. You're not a special case of not being able to manifest. Every single person in the world that has thoughts will allow them to manifest and therefore create their reality. If you're someone that doesn't have a strong belief in themselves or the process, you guys should watch my last video because that's pretty much the entire topic of having self-concept in relation to manifesting. And the fourth and final thing that might be prolonging the time it takes to get your desire, do I even need to say it out loud? I think you guys can already guess what I'm gonna say, but it's reacting to the 3D and believing that the 3D is the all-knowing truth of what's going on. I will say it again and again, you do not need to look outside for results of what it is that you're manifesting. What you're gonna be shown is either gonna be still the old story playing out, and then you're gonna get triggered all over again and completely push yourself back. You're not gonna stop your manifestation. There's nothing that will stop it, but you're just gonna make it take longer by you reacting and getting frustrated. The more you look on the outside, the more easily it will be to get discouraged and frustrated. This might not be the case for every single person, but for a majority of people, it's true. By looking outside, you're in essence telling yourself, I don't really fully believe in myself and my abilities. I don't know if I'm really gonna be able to get this. Like, can I manifest it? Can I not? Like, is there movement? Are things changing? You don't need to look because, as I've said, most of the movement we can't see with our own eyes. It's happening behind the scenes and then we'll see it all at once. What will be shown in the 3D is the thoughts that we have in our head. The ones that are working in our favor, the ones that we're repeating constantly, those will be pushed out. Might be a lag period, but regardless, just having the faith, knowing that it will show up should be more than enough to push you over the edge to stay consistent and persistent with your affirmations. And going off of that, your subconscious needs time to fully accept these new thoughts as true. It's been being fed that old BS story for the past however many years. It takes a minute for your subconscious to fully absorb these and accept them as true. The more you repeat the thoughts of the new story, the new wanted story, the quicker it'll manifest into your physical reality. You can see a lot of the points I talked about revolve around repetition and reminders. Repeating the thoughts of the new story, the new reality enough times over and over again in order for it to be pushed out into your physical reality, and then reminding yourself to A, trust the process and trust yourself, and B, that it's on its way. Like I said, it can come at any given moment, literally any given moment. That sums it up for today's video. I really hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for my next one.